I'm only interested in my inferior half. This won't take long.
Happy gaming, y'all. Listen, I missed y'all. I hope y'all missed me. I had to do some adulting. But you want to know what? I have a window of opportunity to do some content creating for Tekken 8. And I'm finally doing my character overview of Miss Anna Williams in Tekken 8 at the anointed time, not the appointed time. But listen, what's new? So community-wise, what's new is that they're saying this is the top one character. That's how they feel. There's a lot of discourse. Mostly negative. A lot of people don't know how to communicate. Universally, on both sides, it is what it is. That's true to the Tekken community. A lot of y'all don't know how to talk to people. But that's most of it. There's some positive discourse in there where it's just, good critiquing. However, most of it is y'all are terrible communicators, and that's just tea. And it's not necessarily shade. Y'all need to get better with that. Anyway, what is new with Miss Anna Williams? So they completely removed her crouch dash stance. She now has ham stance and PT stance. She has some move changes from CJM and some move changes from full crouch. And let's get into it. So this ham stance cancel, listen, nerf it. Nerf it. I don't care. Look, I don't care. Y'all be good. Listen, I'm not saying remove it. Add 2 to 3 more recovery frames to that ham stance cancel. Listen, y'all are barely good at canceling that stance and blocking jabs at -5. Listen, nerf that. And I do understand that this means that you can no longer do wild standing 3 on block into ham stance transition into block and then block rage arts. That'll just nerf that sequence. That won't nerf the character. Be mad at me. I don't care. It's fun being able to do QCF1 from crouch, as well as QCF2-1 from crouch. I wish I could do QCF4 from crouch, but they put QCF4 into ham, so that move is now ham 4. Which is annoying. Her chain grabs are from ham as well too. Wild standing 1 is a welcome change to the copy paste that was down 4-1 from wild standing, which used to be wild standing 1 in Tekken 7. That is a welcome change. I do like the blue spark QCF1, and it's incentive to get it because you get more damage, do a little bit more chip damage. That's welcome. That is a welcome change. I also, I notice. We have coverage. So launch punch for down forward 4 has coverage with -13 down back 4, which I'm going to argue is her most fair move that just so happens to be good later on, yes. Down back 2 is my new favorite mid. If Nina's 3+4 is the best supporting actress, down back 2 is the best starring actress getting to her. Down back 2. You have to use her. I love that her weapon is the bazooka. That's very fitting of Anna. That is classic Anna. Thank y'all for listening to us. Because I really thought they were going to be very, 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 very rude and give her some shit like rose daggers, please. Make it up 4-3 useful. Thank you for that. 1+2 nerf. It is what it is. Shove. Not being able to do that from stance. No guaranteed launcher, but it does do damage and it's on me. Stalker repellent going into stance. Hate that, but it is what it is. I said they were going to do that. Up 4-2. It's a weird move to do in a neutral, but you know what? It's there. It is. It is. CJM 2-1 animation change, and then heat properties, that's fun. CJM 3 nerf, that was expected. They were nerfing all fast counter launchers. The hit sound change to booty bump, that's fun. And it's also a sound change to 1+2, and then since we do not have a I-13 Rage Art anymore, we now have an I-13 Heat Smash. Love that high crushes. Full crouch 4-1 and full crouch down 4-1 and having heat properties, that's fun. So now, what is Lucky Link's game plan with all these changes, all these illustrious changes? I just do down back 2, 1+2, and down back 4. No bullshit. No funny business. That is how bad the game design is. That has nothing to do with the character. I think the game design is so bad that Anna's busted. What is busted with Anna, which is those ham stance cancels, and universally everybody needs a damage nerf, but transitioning into everything mean you can just easily just fake out here and there. You know, that's just bad game design. I know y'all used to these very peculiar, obscure little flowcharts and sequences that I try to create, but there's no reason to use back one. There's no reason to really use up forward one, delay three. There's no reason to use down back one. Just use down back two. Down back two covers all of that. But I still do use the mechanics. So here you see me doing 2 jab, and then the Family Crackhead is mashing her 2 jab. That's what Family Crackhead players do. They mash the 2 jab and the sidestep 1 like it's that fucking oppressive. And as you can see, I go into ham stance, and then I can do ham stance 4. And then because ham stance cancel is so oppressive, I can do 2 ham stance cancel into full crouch down forward 1. I'll do it here. And I do have it set to lag a little bit in practice mode to show you how good this stance cancel is. Oh yeah, punish on lag, on lag. Now this won't work if I do 1-2 or down for 1-2. What'll happen is I will get the stance cancel, then pop back up and block. Now in a good connection or offline, I will be able to do that. But this is what I do. It works. It does. And how I get this off is I literally do 2 into down forward 1, 2 into down back 2. So therefore, when I finally do my ham 1 from 2, it almost always lands. Hardly anyone ever does it. And as you can see here, I try to do the ham stance cancel duck, and I don't get it from the jab strings. Down forward 1 is now spacing 2, so down forward 1 into down forward 2 with high crush jabs. How you get this off? You do down forward 1 into down back 1, down forward 1 into down forward 1, down forward 1 into sidestep, because you can see sometimes if you try to sidestep without confirming the whip so you can punish, you will get tracked. But however, down forward 1, sidestep, confirm the whip, and punish. I use that too in between that. And yes, you did just see down back 2 into full crouch down forward 2. Listen, I am here for a good time, not a long time, okay? How I get this off, down back 2 into down forward 1. Pretty much I just jab after down back 2. As you can see, I can't sidestep or move, so therefore that sequence is fair. 1 plus 2, I know it is plus a lot on block. However, your oppression options to keep on going with your offense is very limited, so it's actually better to sidestep after you land 1 plus 2 on block. Okay, QCF1. It's kind of not worth it to do QCF1 on block into Magic 4 string or QCF1 on block into jab. Because it is only plus 2, you know, you kind of just want to sidestep after they block that. Force them to use their homing move and force them to use their heat burst or heat smashes or tracking lows. This is actually a good quality of life change for the opponent, not for Anna. This forces the Anna player to actually think. However, why do QCF1 when you have 4-4-2? Or working 4-4-2, and it's pretty much the same issue with you're not able to really continue your offense, but you can sidestep after it. This is me showcasing that you really can't do down back 1 now because they can punish it at any range. You have to be on the tippity tip range to do down back 1 into duck, so that's just nerfing me. So now you have to finish the string, and since there's no longer full crouch forward 1, it's full crouch down forward 1, they can pretty much punish that almost every time. Thus, there's really no need to do these moves, just use down back 2. Just do down back 2. Because if you're a boomer like me and you do down back 1, you have to finish the shitty ass string. Listen, it's a good thing to have coverage now, to not have to do those shitty ass strings anymore. The same thing with back 1. There's no reason to use back 1 when you have down back 2. Okay. Down 2. I still use down 2. Down 2 is a good to confuse them on what to do because they are in crouch after they block the move. So it's a straight copy paste from Tekken 7 where you want to sidestep the direction that while standing forward does not track and confirm the punish. Now, when to use down 2 over down back 2, you use down 2 over down back 2 when they start to realize that down back 2 has a pretty much a slower startup and it has a very slow hitbox. So that's when you use down 2. Now, all you can do to challenge that while standing forward is a counter hit 4 string, but you know that leaves you open to possibly getting punished with a high crushing move. Another reason you use down 2 is when you notice they're sidestepping into mash. Down back 2 kind of has bad recovery, and which is good because that move does so much. So if you do down 2 and then sidestep after it, you can then chase them along with you once they notice you are sidestepping, and then not do down forward 2 all the time. Sometimes you have to do, her jab strings, which is still good. You can still keep your offense, your impressive offense, your casino vortex going. Now with Anna, with her bazooka moves, specifically ham 2 strings, this is where a lot of you all are able to progress with the character because you're really betting on putting them in this force 50-50, which really isn't a really true 50-50 because this whole sequence is voided out if they just commit to a sidewalk left, which is going to bring me with how you should be labbing your offense when you are picking up Anna Williams. You want to set the opponent to commit to a sidewalk left. Now this is true to the character. The character was always weak to sidewalk left. Always. She always has been. She has moves that track that way, like QCF1 and QCF4, which is now Ham 4. And also you can sidestep along with the opponent after you land a move on block that allows you to sidestep, which will track the opponent. That means you are guessing that the opponent is going to commit to a side. Hit confirming. Hit confirming in this game will lose to sidewalk left. That's how good they made the sidestepping universally in Tekken 8. This is a welcome change. But however, if you're a boomer like me, pretty much, if it is a safe string, you just want to finish it. Just don't even think about it. You just want to finish it. Because you will get sidewalk trying to play, the old school version of Solid. Now whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing or a good quality or life change, time will have to tell as they continue to make changes to this game. Now your hand transitions from your jab strings, those are weak to both sidewalk right and sidewalk left. Now that is why you have to do moves to track to sidewalk right. So this is when you can pretty much gauge the opponent's knowledge on Anna, because if they're committing to sidestep right, they have no idea what they're doing. That does not mean they won't get away with avoiding your offense by sidewalking right. However, when you see this is just a good setup for you to get down 4-2. Just get down 4-2. And as you can see here, this is just me showing you the homing moves, because pretty much you do 1+2 over and over again. Because why would you do anything else? And then this is me showcasing that Ham 4 will track sidewalk right. And that's that down 4-2 I was talking about. Now, handful really can't be the end all be all, and that's why I'm kind of happy that bazooka strings will track sidewalk left, because now you have actually oppressive options. Now, down back 4, let's talk about it. I said this is the better move that really doesn't need to be addressed. And this is not just me saying this move is carrying me, it needs to be nerfed. Down back 4 on hit, that's what I'm talking about, on hit. On block, it could be whatever, it could be minus 18, I don't care. On hit, she takes forever to transition into stance. That means that you have options to retaliate. I am aware that Anna can cancel the stance transition, and she can cancel transitioning into stance altogether. That means you need to pay attention to Anna after you are hit by down back 4. If you pay attention to what Anna is doing after you get hit by down back 4, that means you have a 50-50 chance of your retaliation options actually landing, which is honestly balanced for a casino heavy mix-up character. On block, make it minus 15, minus 16, even minus 13. Other than that, it's fair. This is fair. This is fair. It is the low for Anna that I've kind of been asking for. Not because down 4-4 is launch punishable, it's because down 4-4 you are so close on hit, you are limited to options. And down 4-4 only really becomes oppressive if they try to sidestep after it. Versus down back 4 is always oppressive. Now sidestep 2 got a quality of life buff. So sidestep 2 and Tekken Tag 2 used to be a counter hit launcher, but they had terrible recovery on hit, which made your combo options limited, which was fine. In Tekken 7, it just had terrible recovery on hit, which made your follow-up options bad, which didn't make any sense. In Tekken 8, it has phenomenal recovery on hit, which makes it easier to continue your oppressiveness going, your oppressive offense going. And which is fair, as this move is, I think it's neutral to +1 on hit, and it's still heavily plus on counter hit. But that's kind of what this move should be. It should be like Nina's down 2, but out of sidestep. Now, sidestep 3, it took a nerf. Its hitbox got shrunk. Not as big of a hitbox as it used to have. And with the buffing of sidestepping universally, that down 4-1, if you just mash it without, regard, is getting stepped. What you have to now do is you have to now mash forward and down 4-1, and that down 4-1 will connect. As you can see, I am tracking the hell out of Nina. Now this is a weird adjustment to have to do in the offense, but you know what? It is what it is. And pretty much this is my game plan, y'all. It's very simple. It's not that obscure. She has a lot of coverage, just like every other character in Tekken 8. This is just the result of bad game design. You don't need very peculiar, obscure flowcharts. Let's get into bombos, because this is a Luckyman video. Luckyman is going to show some bombos, so these are my staples. Now, my gripe with the combos in this game is that there's kind of like no real reward for a combo expression. And, well, it's not no real noticeable reward. If you just do the stable combo, they will do good damage. But the reward for combo expression in Tekken 8 is that it gives you more versatility on utilizing heat. There, I had to do a micro dash to get the 3 to connect. And as you can see, the old tried and true route for Anna isn't necessarily stable anymore. This is actually the most stable route. And you get 81 damage, which is, you know, you definitely earned that. You didn't do anything, no execution. I sound like TMM complaining about execution. But you do have to do micro dashes to get her down for a 3 to connect, you know, and I just feel like it shouldn't really be that hard for the damage output. But the reward is that when you utilize heat, it just uses heat better than swinging the bazooka around. Now, for a while standing to, you see the reward in the combo expression. Now this route here, it won't work on bears or smalls. You have to do a down 4-1 instead of a down 4-3-1. It'll connect for 2 damage less. This combo here won't work on bears or smalls at all. Now, what y'all gonna have to lab with this staple right here is that where you pop heat, you've done so many hits. Versus on this road to max damage route, you can still do more hits and then deal more damage after heat. That's why this leads to max damage, even without the back 2 loops. The full crouch down 4-2 staple, listen, just do it. It is what it is. The route for full crouch down 4-2 is supposed to be simple. Now my staple that requires a backdash into QCF1, double QCF1. As you can see, it sets up for better heat usage. And the max damage, which requires that backdash and the double QCF1 into micro dash down for 3-1, almost doesn't seem worth it for the extra, you know, 6 to 7 damage depending. And this is just me showing my staples with popping heat. And then this is me showcasing using upward 4 to find a stagger low so you can get more damage. Verdict, I thought Anna was a begging ass character at first. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I did not like all that stance transitioning shit. However, after I played the character for a while, I did learn to love her. Honestly, she is really fun. The nerfing of the ham stance cancel, that, you know, that needs to be there. Nerfing of PT4, that doesn't need to be plus 22 on hit. Damage nurse, the whole roster needs damage nurse, but other than that, she's fine. She is fine, y'all. And that is my character overview of Anna Williams and Tekken 8, y'all. Peace.
You're done now, you dirty rat.